Hi mga kawawmat, in this video we will discuss parallel lines cut by transversal. So this is just an additional video. Ito po ay mga additional examples ng parallel lines cut by transversal. So if you want to know more about this, panoorin po natin yung mga previous videos. So, let's recall first the relationship among angles formed by parallel lines cut by transversal. So, nabanggit na po ito doon sa previous video natin. Pero, i-recall natin kasi ito po yung i-apply natin sa mga problems na ibibigay po sa atin dito. So, let's have first the corresponding angles. Always remember that they are congruent. So, when we say corresponding angles, this is one adjacent and, this is non-adjacent, one interior, and one exterior. We also have alternate interior angles. They are also congruent. And alternate exterior angles which are also congruent. So, pag sinabi nating alternate, ito yung nasa left and right of the transversal. So, yung isang angle mo ay nasa left ng transversal, yung isa nasa right. And then, remember that the interior angles on the same side and the exterior angles on the same side are always supplementary. So, kapag mayroon po tayong angles na nasa same side sa interior or sa exterior, they are always supplementary. So, pag sinabi natin supplementary, the sum of their angles must be 180. Now, remember that the conclusion for this, all of this, corresponding angles are congruent, alternate interior and alternate exterior angles are congruent, and also yung interior angles on the same side as well as the exterior are supplementary. Ito po ay i-apply lang natin kapag ang kinakat ng transversal natin ay parallel lines. So, this is not applicable sa non-parallel lines. So, let's start. Find the measure of the following angles if the measure of angle 2 is equal to 3x plus 50 and the measure of angle 6 is equal to 5x minus 10. So, we have here the measure of angle 2 which is 3x plus 50 and the measure of angle 6 which is 5x minus 10. Now, before we apply yung ating angle relationship cut by transversal, make sure na yung kinakat ng transversal natin ay parallel. So, tingnan nyo po muna kung merong given that A is parallel to B. If so, then we can apply the properties. Okay. Now, what is the relationship between between angle 2 and angle 6? So, ang relationship po nila is they are corresponding angles. Now, pag sinabi natin corresponding angles, they are congruent. So, therefore, angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 6. If angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles, therefore, they are congruent. When we say congruent, they are equal. So, the measure of their angles are equal. So, kunin natin yung measure ni angle 2 which is 3x plus 50 and then yung measure ni angle 6 which is 5x minus 10. So, equate lang po natin sila. Equal lang po natin. Bakit? Kasi nga po, they are congruent. Now, so we will solve for x. So, we have 3x minus 5x. So, ito po, pwede nyo po ito i-transpose or if you want, you may use the APE or addition property of equality or the transposition method. Okay? So, this will become minus. Okay? And then, this will become negative 10. So, from positive 50, that will become negative 50. So, we have 3 minus 5. This is negative 2x. And negative 2x is equal to negative 10 minus 50. This will become negative 60. So, divide both sides by negative 2. We can now cancel negative 2. So, we have x is equal to 30 because negative 60 divided by negative 2, that is positive 30. Now, we already have the value of x. Meron na tayong value ng x which is 30. Anong gagawin natin? So, isa-substitute po natin siya dito sa mga measures ni angle 2 at ni angle 6. So, hindi pwede na pag nakuha mo yung value ng x, ilalagay mo na siya dito. Okay? So, meron po tayo nito. Isa-substitute po natin siya dyan. So, i-substitute natin siya sa measure ni angle 2, which is 3x plus 50. So, we will substitute 3 times 30, which is your x, plus 50. So, we will get 90 plus 50. Therefore, the measure of angle 2 is equal to 140. Alright, so this is 140. The measure of angle 2 is equal to 140. Now, do we still need to solve for the measure of angle 6? Pwede namang hindi na. Okay? Pero if you want to make sure that you have solved or computed correctly, if you want to check if your solutions are correct, then pwede mo siyang i-check din dito. Okay? Pero sabi ko nga, kahit hindi mo i-check, alam natin that the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 6. So kung ito ay 140, therefore, your angle 6 is also 140. Okay? Pero i-check pa rin natin. So the measure of angle 6 is equal to 5x minus 10. Substitute natin yung nakuha nating value ni x, which is 30. So 5 times 30, that is 150 minus 10. And 150 minus 10, that is 140. So as you can see, the measure of angle 2 is congruent to the measure of angle 6. Or the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 6. So they are congruent. So therefore, this is 140 degrees and this is also 140 degrees. Next, paano natin makukuha yung ibang measures ng angle? So since nakuha na natin itong dalawa, makukuha na natin lahat. Kasi ang sabi, find the measure of the following angles. So makukuha na natin to. Anong relationship nitong dalawa? They form a linear pair. So this is 40 degrees to make it 180. So they are supplementary. Next, paano nakuha to? Vertical angles. You may apply the concept of vertical angles are congruent. And then ito, vertical angles din. So this is also 40. Next, ito naman. So vertical angles, this is vertical angles, this is 140. And then ito, since corresponds siya doon, so sa angle 1, so this is also 40 degrees. Or you may apply yung ating linear pair na supplementary, so 40 degrees po siya. And then vertical angles, this is also 40 degrees. Next. Find the measure of the following angles if measure of angle 1 is equal to 2x plus 40. And the measure of angle 7 is equal to 6x minus 20. So, we have here angle 1 and angle 7. So, first, what is the relationship of angle 1 and angle 7? So, yun po muna kasi dun tayo magbe-base. So, angle 1 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. Now, if we have alternate exterior angles, we all know that they are congruent. So, alternate exterior angles are congruent if we have parallel lines. Okay? Pero kung hindi po ito parallel lines, hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin congruent po sila. Next. So, kung congruent sila, ibig sabihin, the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 7. So, kunin natin yung angle 1, 2x plus 40. And then si angle 7, which is 6x minus 20. And then solve for x. We will get 2x minus 6x, positive, negative. So, minus 20, positive, magne-negative. So, we have 2 minus 6, that is negative 4x. And then negative 20 minus 40, this is negative 60. Divide both sides by negative 4. So, this will be cancelled. We have x is equal to negative 60 divided by negative 4, that is positive 15. So, let us solve for the measure of angle 1. Okay, kunin natin yung angle 1. So, that is 2x plus 40. Substitute natin yung nakuha nating value ni x. So, that is 2 times 15 plus 40. So, this is 30 plus 40. That is 70. Alright? So, i-check rin natin dito. So, dapat, since ang sabi dito, congruent sila, automatic, this is also 70. Okay? But, para ma-check mo na, para makasigurado ka kung congruent nga or tama yung nakuha mong solution, pwede mo rin i-substitute dito. So, 6x minus 20, substitute natin si 15, we will get 6 times 15, that is 90 minus 20, so the measure of angle 7 is equal to 70. So, they are congruent. Okay, so therefore, the measure of angle 1 is equal to 70 degrees. Ganon din po si angle 7. So, kunin natin lahat ng measure. They are supplementary. It forms a linear pair, so this is 110. 110 plus 70, that is 180. Next, so we have here, these are congruent angles, or pwede rin naman dito, ito unahin mo, it's up to you. So, pwede ito, they are supplementary, so this is also 70 degrees, or you may apply the concept of vertical angles. Dito rin, pwede mo i-apply ang vertical angle, so this is 110 degrees. Now, how are we going to find the measure of these angles naman? So, we have 70 degrees, apply mo yung vertical angles, apply mo yung supplementary, or pwede rin dito, or pwede rin ito. So, we have 110 degrees, or apply mo yung corresponding. So, ang daming pwede. Okay? Kung alam mo yung relationship ng angles formed cut by transversal, kapag parallel, ang dami mong pwedeng gamitin na properties. And then vertical angles, this is also 110 degrees. Next. Find the measure of the following angles if the measure of angle 3 is equal to 2x plus 40. So, ito po yung angle 3 natin. And the measure of angle 6 is equal to 6x minus 20. So, we have 3 and 6. What is the relationship of 3 and 6? They are angle 3 and angle 6 are interior angles on the same side. Okay, you are correct. So, these are interior angles on the same side. Now, pag sinabi nating interior angles on the same side, are they supplementary or congruent? They are supplementary. So, when we have interior angles on the same side, they are always supplementary. If ang kinat ni transversal ay parallel lines. So, make sure na parallel lines po yung kinakat ng transversal natin. Kasi these properties are only applicable for parallel lines cut by transversal. So, since they are supplementary, ibig sabihin, the measure of angle 3 and the measure of angle 6 must be equal to 180 kasi supplementary. So, dapat pag inad natin itong dalawang to, ang maging sum niya is 180. So, kunin natin ang angle 3, we have 2x plus 40. At si angle 6, which is 6x minus 20. So, we will get 2 plus 6, that is 8x. And then 40 minus 20, that is 20, is equal to 180. So, you can make use of the transposition method. From positive, that will become minus. So, 8x is equal to 180 minus 20, that is 160. Divide both sides by 8. We can cancel 8. Therefore, 160 divided by 8, that is x is equal to 20. Substitute natin siya sa angle 3, which is 2x plus 40. So, lagay natin si 20, yung nakuha nating value ni x. So, we will get 2 times 20, that is 40, plus 40, the measure of angle 3 is equal to 80. I-check natin siya sa angle 6. So, we have 6x minus 20. Substitute natin si 20. So, 6 times 20, this is 120. Minus 20, this is 100. Now, what have you noticed? 80 plus 100 is equal to 180. So, ilagay natin dito, the measure of angle 3 is equal to 80 degrees. Your angle 6 is equal to 100 degrees. So, as you can see, alternate interior angles on the same side are supplementary. 80 plus 100, that is equal to 180. So, can we get now the measure of the other angles? So, we have 100 kasi they are also supplementary because it forms a linear pair. Angles 2 and 3 forms a linear pair. So, eto naman, linear pair din, so that is also supplementary, so that is 80 degrees, or you may apply the vertical angles. And then this one, 100 degrees. Next, pwede mo apply ang corresponding, pwede mo i-apply ang alternate interior. So, kung alternate interior are congruent, ibig sabihin, this is also 80 degrees. Pwede mo i-apply ang vertical angles, that is 80 degrees. And then this one, vertical angles then. So, this is also 100 degrees. Okay? Let's have the last one. Find the measure of the following angles if the measure of angle 2 is equal to 4x plus 20 and the measure of angle 4 is equal to 6x minus 16. So, I have here again line C na kinakat po ang ating parallel lines na A and B. So, ano po ang relationship ni 2 at ni angle 4? So, si angle 2 at si angle 4 are vertical angles. Right? So, kung vertical angles sila, if you can still recall the concept of vertical angles, they are always congruent. Okay? They are non-adjacent. So, angle 2 and angle 4 are congruent. Vertical angles are congruent. So, therefore, the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 4 because they are congruent. So, let us get the measure of angle 2, which is 4x plus 20. And then your angle 4 is 6x minus 16. So, we have, by transposition method, or you may use APE if you want. So, that is 4x minus 6x. And then, minus 16, magiging minus 20. So, 4 minus 6, that is negative 2x. Is equal to, this is negative 16 minus 20, we have negative 36. By dividing both sides by 2, okay, by negative 2, we can now cancel negative 2. So, we have x is equal to negative 36 divided by negative 2 is positive 18. Okay, so the value of x is equal to 18. Let us find the measure of angle 2 and angle 4. So your angle 2 is 4x plus 20. Substitute natin yung value ni x. 4 times 18 plus 20. 4 times 18, that is 72. So 72 plus 20, that is 92. So the measure of angle 2 is equal to 92. Let us solve for the measure of angle 4, which is 6x minus 16. Let us substitute the value of x dun sa ating variable. So 6 times 18, this is 108. Kasi kanina 72, so ito po ay magpa-plus lang tayo ng 36 dito sa 72. So 108. Okay, 108 minus 16, the measure of angle 4 is equal to 92. So, hanapin natin lahat ng angles. Your angle 2 is equal to 92 degrees. Your angle 4 is equal to 92 degrees then. So, as you can see, upon checking, pareho sila ng sukat. They are equal. Okay? Because, sabi rito, vertical angles are congruent. Alright? So, we can now get the measure of the other angle. So, we have, this is 88. Why? Because angles 2 and 3 are supplementary angles. Why? Because it forms a linear pair. Okay? So, 92, pag inad natin si 92 at si 88, ang makukuha po natin dyan ay 180. So, pwede mo apply yung vertical dito, 88 degrees din po ito. Now, paano natin ito makukuha? Walang given kahit isa. Okay? You may apply the alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Pwede yon. Or you may apply, eto po, yung same side interior angles are supplementary. Or pwede rin namang, eto, si angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. So, kung corresponding angles, they are congruent. So, therefore, this is also 92 degrees. Okay? And then, this is 88 degrees, corresponding din yan. This is 92 degrees, and this is 88 degrees. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell para updated kayo for more video tutorials. This is your guide in learning your math lessons, your Wow Math channel.